This took me 8 years. Once I learned this, I became healthy, disciplined, and resilient. Though I'm anemic, I'm born anemic. My hemoglobin went down to 7 once, and my doctor called me when I was working and he said, "Get off of work, you need to be hospitalized." It was that bad based on paper, but I was used to it. Health was affected. It is a bad thing to be anemic. Your memory is affected. You cannot withstand cold. You don't have energy. Your thinking is affected. So many things. But once I learned this in yoga, it changed me internally and physically. I was talking with a specialist, your Ayurveda specialist, and he said, "I do not know exactly what is the right way to practice pranayama." And I told him, "I know, I figured it out. There are two things. Uh, People with normal blood pressure, high blood pressure, they come under one category, and people with low blood pressure, as soon as they get up from bed, they start to feel dizzy. For them, there is a different way to do pranayama, whereas normal BP and high BP people have to do a pranayama in a little different way. So I'm going to show today as if you have normal blood pressure, and I'm going to also show you people with low blood pressure. Let me tell you, low blood pressure kills. Low blood pressure it gives you dizziness, and it's so risky. It's not a good thing if your blood pressure falls as soon as you get up in the morning. There is a very good reason why blood pressure falls as soon as you get up in the morning, because you have been asleep all night and you haven't been active. So your blood pressure tends to fall when you wake up and sit up. Then you tend to feel dizzy because suddenly blood circulation from a brain is all gone, right? And it has been low all night. It is normally low. Pranayama has many benefits. Today, I'm going to show you how to correctly start practicing pranayama once you wake up and do all your natural morning routine and you're ready to practice pranayama. I highly recommend you to shower and sit on your mat. So let's begin. First one is chandra, which is left only nostril breathing. I like to start with chandra and then go on with Surya, Anulom-vilom, and then box breathing, which has 4 steps. That is how I start my pranayama every single day. And whenever I feel dizzy, then I do not start with Chandra, Surya, Anulom-vilom, and box breathing. You should not do it because you're already suffering with low blood pressure. They should start lying down itself, Kapalbhati, which is fast breathing. So before they get up and sit vertical on bed or stand up on ground, you can start breathing little more so that you are oxygenating your brain cells and slowly turn to your left and sit up. Okay. So the right way to start pranayama is, first of all, check your breath. Is your left nostril more forceful or breath from your right nostril is more forceful? Check which one. If it is already right, then great. That means your body metabolism has already kicked in. Let's start. Chandra. What is Chandra pranayama? Take your thumb, block your right nostril. Don't push too much, but just a little bit, enough to close or block your right nostril. And with your left nostril, exhale first and inhale and continue. Exhale, inhale, continue. If you already have issues, if you tend to do things very fast, which is not a right thing, that's why I said it's an issue, and you're feeling bored inhaling, exhaling with your left nostril, then tell your mind, this is good for me, and continue to do that. And I'm going to do this for another 30 seconds. Start your pranayama with left nostril only breathing. It is called chandra. And then with your pinky finger and ring finger, close or block your left nostril. Now open your right nostril and exhale first and inhale and continue for 1.5 minutes. It's normal breathing. You're not trying to breathe forcefully. Don't change the pace. However, normally you breathe in, exhale and inhale. And you may relax your hands and normal breathing. Let me show you how you put your hands. Bend your right hand, index finger and middle finger. Free your thumb and index finger and the ring finger like this. This should be the hand position. Close or block your right nostril and exhale and inhale with left. Close, exhale and inhale with right. Continue. Continue. So this is alternate nostril breathing, also called Anulom-vilom. Just simply keep your mind's attention on your breath. Your mind must be saying so many things. Focus on your breath only. Give your time for your health. Tell your mind, tell your body, tell yourself, this is good for my health. And continue doing Anulom-vilom. Other hand can be flat open or you can keep it in Jnana Mudra. So this breath is very important to regulate your breathing. This is breath which helps you sleep well and calm your mind and sharpen your mind. You can do this Chandra, which is left only exhale, inhale, Surya, right only exhale, inhale, and Anulom-vilom. You can do these with empty stomach. You want good night sleep, then do Chandra, then do Chandra and Anulom-vilom. Or else do only Anulom-vilom for good night sleep. You want calm, sharp mind, then do Chandra for 1.5 minutes, Surya for 1.5 minutes, and Anulom-vilom for 2 to 3 minutes or until you fall asleep. And then you'll get good night sleep. That is what I do. And I can see over the time practicing these breathing techniques help me to notice, improve my observation skill, and I can tell whether I'm about to fall asleep or I'm done for the day because my breath pattern changes. It automatically changes. How does it change? It becomes deeper. It becomes so deep, and I can feel it in my body. And I know that this is time for my body to sleep. I cannot stay up any longer. If I need to stay up, then I fall asleep, get some good rest, and then wake up and I start working again. So, another one to get good night sleep and for calm mind and sharp mind, which you can do anytime during the day. Anytime during the day, only when you have free time, not like when you're driving or you're working or you're doing some paperwork or you're cooking, then do not do any of these breathing exercises. It's not good. What should you do when you are busy? If you need some rest, is simply bring your mind's awareness to your breath. How is your inhale or how is your exhale? That itself is calming and that itself is going to help you feel so good and get lot of energy and improves your concentration. Next one is box breathing, which is inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold for 4 seconds. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. This is called box breathing, very beneficial for calm mind, sharp mind, and also to get good night's sleep. So this is how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's continue. Do this for 5 minutes or more in the morning, depending on how much time you have. So these are a few things that you can do for good night's sleep and sharp and calm mind. By the way, a few facts. It's not true that we should be always breathing, right? We cannot be. If you have observed, generally, when we are just doing other work and not very mindful of things, and suddenly we bring our attention to our breath, then you can see that maybe we haven't been breathing. We pause breath, and that is a good thing. So breathing should not be continuous, just like your heart rate. It should not be continuous, right? So breathing should be interspersed with long pause. That is good. That is not a bad thing. Once again. I'm doing pranayama. Can I drink water? No, I did not drink water, but sip water. Yes, you can sip water. We naturally pause when we are breathing. It's not true that we should always breathe deeply. And when you're so angry, how can I calm myself down? Don't calm yourself down. Whatever feeling you're going through, go through that. Sadness, worry, anger. Go through what you are going through, but then just keep your attention, mind's attention on your breath. It's not true that just because one practices yoga, they will never be angry at anything. They might be, they could be. They can gain control on it very quickly and they won't do anything impulsive. That is the best thing about yoga practice. Yes, if you need to be angry at someone and tell them what they need to do and what is the right thing to do, then be angry, get that work done. Again, I'm not asking you to be angry, but I'm asking you to use that energy, which is Rajasic Guna energy, to get work done. If somebody is not following, not doing anything, and that is required, and you need to tell them very seriously, at that time, you need to become Rajasic. Yes? And at most of the time, nobody likes to be disciplined. Nobody likes to be yelled at. So control your anger and practice Chandra in order to calm yourself down and prepare yourself first thing in the morning. One quick fact, when a person is angry or generally anxious, then they breathe around 20 times per minute. 20 times per minute, that is the regular normal breathing. Whereas a person who practices yogic techniques or breathing techniques, they breathe only 8 to 10 times per minute, which is quite low. And our thinking and breathing are closely related.